Okay, I want to say shalom to everyone. Thank the Most High for another day. Just going to get into a quick video. Something was on my mind. I'm in traffic. It's just, you're just sitting here going 5 miles per hour or whatever. But I got both hands on the steering wheel. I don't want people to think, oh, he's making a video and driving and all that. But I wanted to, get you all's opinion, or why haven't others thought of this when it comes down to this African American thing, right? Of course, this is the so-called Black History Month. I posted one of my older videos in regards to Black History Month and how it is nothing but a waste of time. But let me get to the point. When it comes down to African American, what is the reason behind, the powers that be use African and American towards a certain demographic of people, when you have other demographic of people can be labeled the same thing? But why is it totally directed towards the so-called black people in America, which I know for a fact, which studies has proven that we are the children of Israel? And let me add in the other tribes, because someone kind of got a little upset with me in the comment section. It's not just the so-called black people in America. You got, the people in Haiti, our brothers and sisters in Haiti, our brothers and sisters in Jamaica, pretty much throughout the four corners of the earth. So I just want to make sure I add everyone else. I have to, people are so sensitive these days. But when it comes down to that term, African American, but you have, and this was on my mind, you have Europeans, or I'm not going to even say that, white people, right? To make it real easy to understand, that was born on that landmass, which they do not consider themselves African American once they get citizenship here in the country. You may ask, well, why did I come up with this? It's because based on where I work, you deal with certain type of paperwork, you'll see that they were born at a certain place, but they don't consider themselves, for an example, you have Europeans, right, or white people that call themselves Egyptians now. But when they come over here, which Egypt is, the landmass is Africa, right? So, but when they come here, if they consider, calling themselves Egyptian, when they come here and gain citizenship, why don't they call themselves African American? You understand what I'm getting at? And this is what we have to understand. We have to unplug ourselves from this matrix. What is the reason behind them using African American only to a certain demographic of people? Oh, they African American. They African American. Because if you use that term as a byword and a proverb, as the scripture says, it will eventually lead you away from who you really are. Studies show that we are the children of Israel. Okay? So I wanted to say that it's because there's no way that you can just label us African American just by that alone, because you have, people from Asia that lived in Asia, moved to Africa, had kids that was born in Africa, okay? Then moved here to America, and they call themselves whatever their nationality is. And this is what I'm getting to. We're the only people on earth, on this so-called planet that call themselves by the name of the land that you were born in, which it doesn't matter which land you were born in. It depends on your nation, your original nation. We are the nation of Israel, okay? Doesn't matter where Israel was born. It's still, you know, it's the same microcosm if you are from, it's the same microcosm if you are from so-called Oxon Hill, Maryland, right? You know, does that mean your nationality or your bloodline is Oxon Hillian? You understand? Doesn't make any sense. So that doesn't stop there. It goes and expands throughout the four corners of the earth, and that's a deception. So I wanted to say that. I hope this thing gets a lot of views, because that's something that's important that will wake our people up. Just this small little video, I believe. You know, and let me just say it again so it's clear. People that is born, okay, that other nations outside of so-called African Americans, right? But they try to say that we're from Africa, we're African Americans because now we're born here in America. So we got two continents that we got to play against. But now, if you have an Asian person that was born in Africa and they have citizenship there because they were born there, they come to America, are they considered African American? No, they're not. Because they know their bloodline thousands of years outside of the slaves, okay? That's calling themselves all these different names. So I just wanted to make that clear. So that is very important, all right? So I just want to make that clear. So I'm pretty much done. And you all leave your comments. Maybe I'm missing something, okay? I'm going to pay attention to these comments as much as possible, and I'll respond as much as I can, all right? This is my life, and I'll be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.